After finishing his meal, the prisoner was about to go to sleep when, without warning, the floor suddenly started rolling beneath him. In an instant, he was terrified and scrambled to hide in a corner. Then something ball-shaped emerged from the floor. Panicking, he quickly tried to climb up the wall, but it was so smooth that he couldn't get a grip. He could only curl up in the corner, praying for God's protection. At that moment, the ball-shaped object turned around, revealing that it wasn't some kind of monster, but an elderly man with white hair. The old man explained that he had been digging a tunnel to escape, but for some reason, he ended up digging up to the floor above. He had been digging forward, but the prison's design was so strange that he ended up in this unexpected spot. The man was still shaken from the earlier fright, but as the elderly man began to introduce himself, he slowly regained his composure. Once the man realized the old man was unharmed, the elderly prisoner made a simple request. He asked to rest his head on the man's shoulder so he could see the sky outside. He had been imprisoned here for 30 years and spent every day in the pitch-black cell. Though he had dug in the wrong direction, he thought the sight of the beautiful sky made it worthwhile. The younger man, upon hearing this, couldn't hold back his tears. He had only been in prison for 4 years, but the conditions were already unbearable. Not only was he starving and freezing, but he also suffered beatings from the guards. What hurt him the most was that they weren't like other prisoners in different jails who had the chance to go outside, breathe fresh air, and stretch their legs. For 4 years, he had never stepped outside. Everything, from eating and drinking to relieving himself, had to be done in his cell. He had contemplated suicide countless times, but could never go through with it. Just as he was on the verge of giving up, the old man's presence reignited his will to live. Together, they made their way down the hole and into the prison's underbelly. When he saw what lay ahead, he was stunned. The next steps would show how they planned to cooperate and escape together.